Top of the morning, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, and Teofimo Lopez Jr. Get this. Deontay Wilder took his first defeat, and everybody, including myself, along with others, had something to say about the excuses that he made. A lot of people called him delusional, crazy. A lot of people believed him. A lot of people said yay. A lot of people said nay. A lot of people said no way. Bars. But nonetheless, Wilder went into the trilogy fight, and him and Tyson Fury had it out one last time, I think. And Wilder got a lot of the respect that he lost back. Okay, by the two knockdowns in the fourth, more controversy, the more of the Wildettes, the Wilder channels united. They claimed that the count was long, the referee was counting extra slow and those things of the nature. But nonetheless, Wilder got some of his stripes back. But say all that to say this. Another person was talking about Wilder and straight up called him a bitch. Not starts with a B and ends with an H like Joshua says. No. Teofimo Lopez says Deontay Wilder needs to stop acting like a bitch. And he went on to say, well, hey, I'll say it in his face. Cocky Teo. And those words were said from Teo to Deontay Wilder. And now that the tables have turned, and given that Teo has been such a small sport about his loss, poor sportsmanship, reeks through and through, him and his father. I don't know who's worse, honestly. I think his father probably. But, the apple don't fall too far from the tree, because Teofimo Lopez believes that he won that fight 10 rounds to 2. Like, what fight was you watching? Right? And it just shows you delusion. Regardless of what he feels about Deontay Wilder, what does that make him? If calling Deontay Wilder a bitch about something that he feels that happened that he couldn't really necessarily prove, what makes it look to you was something we seen with the naked eye? You get beat up round after round after round and get popped with a jab and get beat by a jab by a guy that was a 13-1 underdog. What does that say about you? What is Deontay Wilder now, reflecting back, looking at you, blood is a pulp, getting whooped, getting beat, getting dropped, right? What does he say about you now? What would the underlying question be? Who's the bitch now? Because the irony of this is Teo comes off like a guy that, hey, I'll take my losses, and I deal with them. Well, you didn't. You didn't take your loss like a man. You denied you lost. You thought you won. And, hopefully he comes out of that. Hopefully he doesn't go as long as Deontay Wilder did with his accusations, because now he's at peace, I believe, because he sees, well, this guy was better than I thought he was, and he can punch harder than I thought he could. So a lot of that ate up a lot of the speculation that Tyson Fury was cheating with the gloves and all that floppiness and bullshit like that. But Teofimo, said, hey, I won this fight. I think I won. You lost. Interrupted the guy when he was praising everybody and giving shouts out to even Teo. Teo comes in. And then for the record, Teo didn't really want to hug him after that. You could see how Teo looked. Teo looked like, what, this fucking guy keeps hugging me. You know what I mean? He didn't even want to hug him because, see, a lot of things also reflect before the fight. See, Teo was going and planning to treat Kambosos like someone he just didn't respect, like he had shit on him, like he was better than him, like Oscar De La Hoya did Arturo Gatti that time, right? Like he was just a better, like, I'm better than you. I'm smelling myself. Don't even come to me shaking my hand when it's over after I knock you out. Those are the things that Teofimo said. And then after that ass whooping, he was still acting that way. But, you know, of course, he couldn't act in that manner because he didn't knock anybody out. He didn't knock out Loma either, for the record, but that's Loma. Another video. But saying all that to say this, Wilder looks back at that and, you know, and reflects on what you said about him. Well, obviously you're in that same category. Okay, so Wilder can very well much see, or should I say who's the bitch now, because of the things that you've said, the delusion that you thought you won. You didn't win that fight. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this particular video concerning Deontay Wilder and Teofimo Lopez. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.